So thanks so much for supporting Peace One Day today. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure is mine.
Can I ask, what does peace mean to you?
Peace to me means calm, tranquility. I associate peace with state of mental health as well. Something I try and look after. But yeah, peace, I suppose, looking at it on a global scale is, I always think of, tranquility between countries, between people, between, everybody across the world. And we don't have enough of it, unfortunately.
And how do you find it?
Sometimes with great difficulty. I think finding peace within or externally can be really difficult. From my own perspective, from a mental health perspective, it's hard to be able to find peace when we live in a world that's constantly moving. There's, arguments with people or disagreements. I think it's hard to find total peace within yourself. But I try and practice some meditation. My music is a great way of me finding peace within myself, within the conflicts I have within myself, and externally. I've written about many a heartbreak in my music, which, my music helps me to overcome that pain. And I find myself at peace from that. Externally, I just try and be the best person I can be. I try and make good decisions. I try and treat people as I expect to be treated. And I think within that, I try and find some peace in that as well.
Yeah. We've done a lot of work with different organizations around mental health and peace of mind. Sounds like that's something that you've thought about.
Yeah. I've battled with it over the years. I mean, I've had my own journey with my sexuality, with coming into this business kind of overnight. I've had some huge changes in my life that have required me to grow and develop. And I think it's all part of a process. I think, if you're struggling and you overcome, then it's part of the journey. But yeah, I've found more peace the older I've got, the more accepting I have become of myself, and the more music I've made, to be quite honest.
So yeah, peace of mind, family, friends, these things are pretty crucial, aren't they? When it gets dark, right?
Yeah, paramount. I mean, I'm very much a family man. Love my friends and my family to death. I spend a lot of time going back home. Even if I'm international, I'll find time to come home. Because I think of that kind of being surrounded by the people who you love and that have got your best interests. And I think that's really reassuring. It makes you feel a lot more secure. But yeah, family and friends, I think it's somebody to talk to as well.
Yeah. So you heard about Peace One Day and the story and this day and, how, in the home, the community, schools, places of work, areas of conflict, people are observing the day. And that we do a lot of music and film and panels and speakers. I mean, why did you want to support Peace One Day?
For all those reasons, I must admit when sometimes it's easy to think of peace and to think of, war and, conflict, all those kind of very sort of aggressive opposites of peace. But hearing you talk earlier about how, we need more peace within the home, within schools, within the community, then leads you to think about all the conflicts that we do have in those places that does need to be addressed. Even if we just start with one day a year, with total peace. I just think it's the ideals of having a world where there is no conflict and, we can reduce the amount of aggression and, upset, and whether that's mental health or, within communities, within people. I think it's a much nicer place to live in. You turn on the news these days and there's conflict everywhere. And it's so sad to see. And I don't suppose it's really been any different. I think it's probably just gotten worse. So I just wanted to be part of something that influences some change. My fans are incredible and my fans will support me in this as well. But I just feel like I have a platform and I want to use that for good.
Amazing, mate. Amazing. So yeah, we've been thinking about, the phone, like the Jedis in Star Wars, right? They had the lightsaber, right? The phone is a similar thing. It can be used in a really constructive, positive, wonderful, peaceful, loving, beautiful way, but it can also be really destructive. And so we had a campaign called #CyberNonViolence. Spreading a message of love on the day is, I'm sure that's something that you promote through our phones on the 21st.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I try to promote love and, that kind of stuff all the time through my social media. In fact, probably, I would, since I came into this business, that's always been my goal, is to try and help people anyway. So having a social media following allows me to then not only use my music to do that, but to use my voice and to use my, my influence. And my fan base are worldwide, and a lot of them message me all the time, with wonderful messages about how my music's helped them, or how what I've done has helped them. When I've talked about mental health in the past, how that's helped them. When I've addressed suicide prevention, that's helped them. And I think, it adds just to that list of things that I like to be involved in that's going to make positive change. So like you say, I think, you see it all the time with social media, how you can say some hateful things online anonymously, but there is somebody else on the end of that profile, and it's a human being who listens to that, and it really upsets them. I feel very lucky in my career that I've never really had that. I've had a lot of love, which I'm very grateful for, but I have had moments where it's been a bit darker, and these trolls or whoever are obviously in an unhappy place themselves. And I think that's part of the issue, is rather than respond with anger, if we can respond with compassion, then, that person may think, oh, what am I doing sending that message? And it might help them find peace within themselves, or, to address a problem. And I think, social media, we do need to spread more positivity.
Yeah, it's a lovely thought. I mean, the idea of people saying sorry over the world, reconciling their differences, coming together in schools and in families, that's what Peace Day is all about. But the idea also of people all over the world using their phone in a really simple way to send us a message of peace and love, maybe to somebody they've fallen out with or they've hurt, that's the sort of thing we track and watch, Calum. It's really quite beautiful. So the Day of Peace isn't just something that, we physically can be involved in. It's something that we can actually use this thing that's in our pocket in a really constructive way on the 21st of September. Okay, at this particular time, I mean, we talk about, protecting people, but also we need to protect resources, right? Because when the resources run out, then we kill over what's left. So we say no climate action, no peace. Yeah. And also we need to protect wildlife. And these are the things that we will speak about on the day. And there are things like, well, as you were growing up and getting older and wiser and sort of traveling the world, I mean, is there something in terms of wildlife or resources or the protection of people? You talked about mental health. Are there some things that you were drawn towards?
I mean, all of the above, really. Yeah. Growing up, I've always been fascinated with animals and travel and stuff like that, and have now within my job been able to travel to either side of the planet, and being able to see these amazing places and this amazing landscapes and animals and wildlife. And unfortunately, you only have to watch documentaries to see that these places are being torn down for, people wanting more and more and more. We don't live in a sustainable world. We are very much trying to salvage everything we can from the world, and not realizing that has a massive impact on our planet, on our ecosystem, on our climate. Our climate's getting scary. These days, sometimes the UK is unbearably hot, and I don't think that's ever been said in the history of England before. But where there's fires happening all over the planet, there's floods, there's droughts, there's endangered species just becoming extinct. There's all of these things happening because we're not taking care of our planet properly. So, like you say, with peace, it's not even necessarily peace within ourselves, but peace across the world for our planet,
Well, it's great that your fans and the people who are watching this can understand that, because what we're saying is protect people, protect planet, and protect wildlife. We protect those three things. And of course, humanity has a chance of surviving. So, on the day, we'll see all of those three areas with people doing things. That's why the head of WWF Wildlife Fund is present with us, or indeed the international head of Greenpeace. It's, Peace Day is an opportunity for all of these figures, who are doing great things in the world. It's not just about peace. It's not just about sustainability. They're inextricably linked. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah. We just need to take individual action as well. I think, some part of it is about, if on this one day that you can observe peace and you can try and send a message of positivity, or you can even look at your own behaviors or the way that you communicate, even if it's just this one day as a starter, I think is, a huge thing, because we all have to start at some point. But if we don't all take individual action, then we're never going to get anywhere. This second song is my favorite to perform. Always has been. It's called You Are the Reason. And it's a song that you can dedicate to that, you know, special person in your life. And what I love about this song is it transcends relationships. You know, I think it can be the relationship with your family, with your friends, with your pets, with your, you know, your other half. I think anybody can be your reason for getting up and wanting to be motivated. And everywhere where I've sang this, you can just see people loving each other just a little bit more. I've sang You Are the Reason in almost every country in the world now. And it's transcended language. It's transcended, you know, culture. It's just become one of those songs that people, you know, it's a very sincere, very genuine song. It comes from a very real place. And like I say, it's my favourite to perform, so I can't wait to perform it for you.
Thank you. Well, before we listen to that song, Calum, I want to thank you for supporting Peace One Day. It's been amazing being with you. You're an incredible artist, and just thanks for spreading the message of Peace Day, the 21st of September. Thanks, Calum.
There goes my heart beating, 'cause you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now. And there goes my mind racing, and you are the reason that I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. There goes my hand shaking, and you are the reason. Oh, my heart keeps bleeding, and I need you now. Oh, if I could turn back the clock, I'd make sure the light defeated the dark. I'd spend every hour of every day keeping you safe. And I'd climb every mountain, and I'd swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. You are the reason. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd climb every mountain, and I'd swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. 'Cause I need you